Tell me about your name and where you're from.
I'm Matt, I'm from Hungary, Budapest.
My name is Quinn, I'm from Vietnam.
My name is Nadia and I am Cameroonian in Central Africa.
My name is Andrea Alatori.
My name is Deep Singh Buller, India.
Nargis, Azerbaijan. Now, India.
India.
Yes.
It's Precious. I'm from Nigeria.
Nice.
هلا والله، أنا بلوجر فارس مبتعث في أمريكا وساكن مع عائله امريكيه. اليوم الفيديو راح يتكلم عن تجربة الطلاب المبتعثين. احنا نتكلم عن الطلاب المبتعثين في الدول العربية أو الدول الأخرى، نتكلم عن أي أحد غير الأمريكان وكيف حياتهم هنا. الفكرة مأخوذة من فيديو فالله يعطيه العافية كان يسأل الأمريكان، فجاب بالي إني أسأل غير الأمريكان وأشوف إيش تجربتهم من ناحية الدراسة ومن ناحية السكن.
Do you think it's hard or easy coming to the United States for studying?
Well, I think it's a mix of both. It's tough because you get to see new people and what they're like, and it's different the way schooling around and teaching around here is. But then I think it's a little bit easier too because I think from an educational standpoint you get a clear idea as to what you want and where you can get to. So I think it's a mix of both easy and tough. So yeah, I've had a good taste of everything and it's been an amazing experience.
Is it easy or hard to study in the United States?
This is a really tricky question. I think it's really difficult and challenging at the beginning. But then as you're diving into American culture and you really get out there to make friends and to learn new things, it becomes easy.
For me, I think it's easier than my home country because like here, friends and peers, they always want to help me, and then also professor, like they're always like there for me. So if I have any difficulties or don't get like what's going on, I just ask to them and then they're always really helpful.
Well, in some sense, it's easy, but because it's also unfamiliar to me, like I don't know whom to ask for help when it comes to healthcare or academic struggles.
It's easy because you can get help if you have any question or any doubt. You can consult with someone.
I'm gonna say it's kind of in between. I mean, there's some parts that are easy, there's some parts that are not easy. For me, I really do not like to write papers, and all my classes require that I have to write papers at the end of the semester, and I really don't like that. But for one, I like all my professors. They communicate with me, like, you know, they speak with me well, they teach me well, but I don't like to write papers, so that's the hard part for me.
It's a little bit difficult because I'm a computer science major and I love maths. But there are some people who do not love maths. They do not get chemistry at all. But here, no matter what, you need to study that. So even though you're like, okay, I'm taking psychology, why do I need to do chemistry? It's so tough. So in those cases, they might reduce your GPA, and that's the only part where studying in the United States is difficult.
I would say that depending on your major, and I would say that the beginning classes are not very difficult. They're a lot of work, but they're not very difficult. Then when you go higher into your core classes, they get a little bit more difficult. But I think that if you put your time into it, you can definitely overcome them.
Me being me, I don't think I was that confident when I moved here. I was a little shy. It was hard for me to blend in with the culture. But my friends always motivated me in a way that I became a person who I am now. So you can see I'm very talkative now, but I wasn't really when I came here.
I think I can say like some of the things like they're easy and some of the things they're hard. Because I come from India, so I feel like the Indian high school system is like more competitive as compared to the US. So it's easy for the Indian students to adjust in the academic environment of the US, but it's really hard for the international students to adjust in their culture because there's a like culture shock and everything. So which we need to adjust. But I think for me as an Indian student, I didn't feel like much struggle to adjust.
كواحد عربي وحنا ندرس عربي، هل تشوف سهل ولا صعب انك تجي امريكا؟ انت لك الحين اسبوع، هل حسيت بصعوبة ولا؟
ما في شيء بالحياة ما في صعوبة، بس كله بده اجتهاد، بده دراسة وهيك، بس نحن تعد اللغة العربية أصعب لغة، فهين كل شيء علينا.
What about living here and leaving your country behind? Yeah.
Honestly, that's hard.
And how did you accustom to it? What did you do?
I think it just takes time, really, you know? You have to know why you are here. You need to know your why. Like, if you are just here because somebody asks you to be here and you're not really happy to be here, you might go home. But if you have a goal, you are here because you want to succeed, you're in school, like you really know that you have no options really, you know. I mean, you could go back home, but like if you have bigger goals in life and you know that this is the place where I want to be, that might make it easier for you. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that you need to really know why you're here for.
So living here, it's awesome. If you're helpful with, you're like, I want independence and I love it. So that's what I like about living alone. But that even creates an issue because it creates an emotional gap. And if you're an introvert, it's hell. Because you're, no matter what, you're gonna make tons of friends. And Americans quite literally are very polite. So if you go to someone and say, hey, how are you? You'll be like, oh, hey, I'm Smith, what are you doing? And it's completely awesome.
I think it was hard. It was really hard at first. Like, I think we all feel like lonely sometimes. But, you know, you make new friends and you can always call your families.
To be honest, when I just arrived here, it was really hard to make a friend, but every time I go like some events and then like that, it was really easy to make friends here, so it was really cool.
As someone who doesn't drive, I feel handicapped because America is so car-centric and I don't feel safe using public transportation either.
Yes. It's
so,
only for home.
yeah, it's not safe.
You know, I really miss my family. I make a phone call for 1 hour every day, you know, so it is the hardest part, but other than that, I really enjoy to be in here.
All right, thank you so much. What do you think their most struggle and how can they overcome it?
You know, I think that there are a number of challenges.
I'd have to say it's kind of changed since I started. I started in fall 2019, before the pandemic. I would say the biggest challenge then was when they get here and the adjustment. After all this is done and the hype is done and the events are done and you're a month into classes and it's really quiet, and that's when it starts getting homesick. And so that's when our office is there to start doing things with you guys, events, things like that. So I would say that's still an issue, especially now, you know, things are a little tougher, and so we're here for you guys. But now I would say the biggest issue is more for our applicants, and once they get admitted, it's the visa process. Some countries are just not very friendly right now, and some students are being rejected several times, and that's really causing some mental anguish, and of course, you know, their dream is literally put on hold. And so, you know, we just keep telling them, you know, it'll happen, it's meant to happen, don't give up. We've had some students that have literally gone through 4 visa interviews and came here on the 4th time, so you never know. If you have a dream, go for it. We're here to help you as best as we can. Please don't hesitate to ask. I'm a person, I don't like to ask. I don't like to ask for help. I will Google, I will suffer, I will do all that. Please don't do that. Please know that we're here. All these departments are here, all the staff here is here for you. That's our job, and we love what we do. So we're here to get you from this very first moment to the day you walk across that stage with a degree.
You're willing to take on the challenge to overcome some of those difficulties, your life will be even more blessed because you will get to engage with a new culture and language and make more friends from around the world. So it's definitely worth it.
Don't let anything stop you. If you're an international student like watching this video and you like I cannot go to the United States because I don't speak English. I came here without knowing how to speak English, walking around with my phone with Google Translate. I was translating everything, or I would like write what I wanted to say to people and give them my phone, like, hey, this is what I'm saying, you know, and vice versa. They would type on my phone. So I really didn't know how to speak English, and look at me today. 5 years later, I am fluent, and I just trust the process. I went to school full time, and I met new people, and that's how I learned English.
I would say get involved, definitely. Get involved on campus, make new friends. They really help with adjusting your new life in America.